Welcome back to HR Masterclass, where we don't just talk theory, we decode real-life transformations in the world of work. Today, we're spotlighting Tata Consultancy Services, TCS, one of the globe's largest IT services companies. Headquartered in Mumbai but with a global footprint, TCS offers a rich and complex journey of HRM transformation. From the rigid frameworks of industrial HR to an agile, human-centric, and digitally enhanced talent ecosystem, TCS represents a masterclass in HR evolution. About the company, Tata Consultancy Services, a core company within the Tata Group, employs over 600,000 professionals across 45 countries. For years, TCS was seen as a service delivery machine, optimized for cost efficiency, discipline, and consistency. But as digital disruption, global mobility, and workforce aspirations evolved, so did the expectations from HR. The company had a choice: maintain a functional, compliant, and cost-effective HR operation, or reinvent its people strategy as a competitive differentiator. It chose the latter, setting the stage for one of the most ambitious HR reinventions in the professional services sector. Past, HR as a process custodian, the industrial era approach. In the 1990s and early 2000s, TCS operated what HR scholars often call a transactional HRM model. The company focused on large-scale recruitment of engineering graduates from India's top institutions. Centralized, uniform induction and training delivered through TCS's internal learning academies. Promotions based on seniority, stability, and tenure, rather than innovation or leadership traits. Performance reviews measured largely on utilization rates and billable hours, not contribution, impact, or potential. This model served well for a company operating in the outsourcing boom, where predictability, scalability, and control were valued over adaptability or experimentation. However, such an approach had limits. High-performing talent began to feel boxed in by rigid hierarchies. Younger employees craved meaningful careers, not just job security. The company faced mounting pressure to innovate, not just deliver. Present, HR as a strategic change architect. The real pivot began around 2016, as TCS leadership recognized the dual challenge of 1. Rapid digitization in client demands, 2. A generational shift in the workforce. This period ushered in a radical HR transformation, driven by key strategic pillars. 1. Redefining culture. From obedience to ownership, HR took the lead in launching the One TCS cultural framework, emphasizing collaboration across silos, empowerment at all levels, inclusion, dignity, and mutual respect. Internal mobility as a growth strategy. Employees were encouraged to be entrepreneurs, taking charge of their development and impact, rather than waiting for direction. 2. Leveraging AI and machine learning in HR, TCS embedded AI into its core HR systems, enabling hyper-personalized learning journeys, where employees receive custom recommendations based on role, skill gap, and career goals. AI-enabled hiring algorithms that identify non-obvious talent fits, real-time sentiment analysis to gauge employee engagement and act preemptively. This digitization not only enhanced efficiency, it redefined HR's role as a data-informed partner to business leaders. 3. Agile performance and career management. TCS discarded outdated performance appraisal models in favor of continuous performance feedback, 360-degree developmental conversations, transparent internal job marketplaces that allow employees to apply for short-term gigs across business units, fueling cross-functional exposure and autonomy. This agile model helped break down career rigidity and fostered self-directed growth. 4. Employee well-being and holistic support. Understanding the emotional toll of a high-pressure industry, TCS invested in mental health resources and digital wellness apps, emotional resilience training, financial literacy workshops and support networks, enhanced parental leave and caregiving benefits. HR's role expanded from compliance to employee advocacy, ensuring that the human experience was not sidelined in pursuit of performance. Future, HR as ecosystem curator and human potential enabler. TCS is not stopping at digital enablement, it is actively building the HR of the future, driven by 3 core beliefs. 1. Work without borders, through its secure borderless workspaces, SBWS, model. TCS has enabled seamless remote work across geographies, even in high-compliance environments, redefined onboarding, team building, and talent deployment in a hybrid-first world, trained HR managers to become cross-cultural liaisons, supporting virtual engagement and diverse teams. 2. Talent as a service and internal marketplaces. HR has developed an internal skills cloud, where employees are tagged not just by role but by skills, experiences, and learning ambitions. Managers can pull talent for projects dynamically, removing the bottlenecks of traditional hiring. Career paths are now fluid and cross-functional, replacing ladders with lattices. This shift aligns with a world where agility matters more than hierarchy. 3. Predictive, ethical people analytics. The company is now deploying behavioral analytics to identify future leaders by analyzing digital behavior, communication styles, and problem-solving data, optimize team composition based on collaboration patterns and learning agility, create targeted retention strategies for at-risk high performers. Importantly, the CHRO's office has instituted ethical AI protocols to avoid bias and maintain employee trust. Key takeaways for HR professionals. Here are strategic and actionable lessons for every HR leader, particularly those operating within large, complex, or rapidly evolving organizations. 1. HR must lead culture, not just enforce compliance. Traditionally, HR has been perceived as the guardian of rules and procedures, ensuring policies are followed, grievances addressed, and conduct regulated. While these compliance duties remain essential, they are no longer sufficient in a modern, purpose-driven organization. Today, HR must own the cultural narrative. This means being at the forefront of defining, shaping, and reinforcing shared values, behavioral norms, and leadership expectations. HR must work alongside business leaders to model the desired culture, through storytelling, rituals, onboarding experiences, and internal branding. By becoming cultural architects, HR professionals enable transformation to flow naturally, aligning employees' day-to-day behaviors with the strategic vision of the company. Reflection: is your HR department known for enforcing policies, or for inspiring purpose and unity? 2. A growth mindset can be hardwired into HR systems. The idea of a growth mindset, coined by psychologist Carol Dweck, refers to the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and feedback. While often discussed at the individual level, organizations can embed this mindset structurally through HR systems. This means creating performance management frameworks that reward experimentation, learning agility, and resilience, not just flawless execution. It involves designing learning platforms that are adaptive and personalized, offering continuous micro-learning, upskilling pathways, and cross-functional exposure. When a growth mindset becomes a measurable, incentivized part of the HR architecture, it reshapes how people see failure, feedback, and ambition, fostering a culture of innovation and adaptability. Reflection: how do your current HR policies respond to mistakes? Do they punish or teach? 3. Inclusion and empathy are not soft skills, they're performance drivers. Too often, inclusion and empathy are categorized as nice-to-haves or relegated to CSR departments. But the reality is, inclusive and empathetic leadership is a hard-edged business advantage. Data shows that diverse teams outperform homogeneous ones in creativity, problem-solving, and market understanding. Moreover, empathy, when embedded into leadership training, performance conversations, and well-being policies, creates psychological safety, which is the foundation for engagement and innovation. HR must ensure that inclusion isn't a campaign but a capability. That empathy isn't a buzzword but a visible, measurable leadership trait tied to progression and reward. Reflection: are your top performers also those who know how to listen, include, and understand? 4. People analytics can humanize, not just quantify. The rise of data analytics in HR has unlocked new possibilities for strategic decision-making. Yet, there is a growing risk of reducing employees to dashboards and metrics. When done ethically and transparently, people analytics can amplify empathy rather than replace it. It can help identify burnout before it escalates, uncover engagement drivers, and personalize career pathways. It also enables predictive insights into attrition risks, skill gaps, and team dynamics, allowing HR to move from reactive to proactive. The key is to use data to inform, not dictate, decisions, and always with consent, respect, and fairness. Reflection: are your people analytics tools helping you understand people, or just manage outputs? 5. Career agility is the new security. In a world of volatility, automation, and constant reinvention, employees are no longer seeking job stability, they're seeking career adaptability. They want roles that evolve, skills that remain relevant, and workplaces that encourage exploration and growth. For HR, this means designing fluid career paths, offering internal mobility platforms, and promoting project-based, cross-functional work. It also involves reskilling and upskilling initiatives that allow employees to shift laterally, not just vertically. Organizations that offer dynamic development opportunities are perceived as talent accelerators, making them more attractive to top performers. Reflection: when employees outgrow their current roles, do they look inside your organization, or outside? Questions for consideration. 1. How do you think HR can balance technology with humanity, especially in large corporations? 2. Would an internal skills marketplace work in your organization? Why or why not? 3. What role should HR play in employee well-being beyond standard benefits? 4. How would you ensure ethical use of AI in talent management in your setting? 5. Can culture truly be scaled in an organization with over 600,000 employees? Tata Consultancy Services' journey shows that HR doesn't need to lag behind innovation, it can drive it. From people processors to people curators. From cost centers to culture champions. HR is not just about what people do, it's about what people can become. Thanks for tuning in to HR Masterclass. If you found this case insightful, please like, share, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments which part of TCS's HR transformation inspired you the most. Until next time, keep building the future of work, one insight at a time.